Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It's legitimate. Uh, I don't know if you can see it, but that's it right there. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. Hope all is well. What's going on, Peter Pan? Hey, what's up, K Cole? Excuse me, you guys. I'm smoking right now, so um, I asked a few people on TikTok if they were gang stalkers, and they said they don't know what that is. Yeah, a lot of people don't know what it is, man. By that name, is gang stalking. Uh, when I tried to explain it to people as gang stalking, they always asked me if I was talking about a gang or people who stalk gangs or just but predictive policing, man. Predictive policing is the same shit. Um, I'm hanging in there, spirit. Hanging in there. The harassment is never. I guess you become content with it. Look, see, look at this shit. Just a goofy motherfucker. Goofy. Sometimes it makes you want to go slap the shit out of one of them, but it's not worth it, man. It's fucking not worth it, man. They're pieces of shit. Big ass fucking kid. If I just ran over there and acted like I was gonna do something, oh no, it's not even like that, man. It's not even like that. And I'm not even like that, man. I'm not, I wouldn't do that, but, well, I take that back. I probably would just to, get a reaction for that fucking harassment, but just on some regular shit, man. Motherfuckers not into that shit. But yeah, man, we maintain, get through this shit. Don't let these fucking... That motherfucker looked right at me too to see if I was. He looked right at me. He wanted me to see him doing that shit. Yeah, that's surrounded by him. I come park here, they go right there to the dog park. I parked it somewhere on the fucking freeway. They'll fucking pull over and start changing their fucking tire. Like literally, I fucking, at one point they was following me everywhere. I was like, fuck that. I'm finna go on the freeway, on the side of the freeway, and if these motherfuckers, they ain't gonna be able to pull. I just turn my hazards on and chill. As soon as I did that, not 5 minutes passed by, a fucking big ass red fucking Blazer comes and fucking starts changing his fucking tires. It's like, fuck. What the fuck, man? He can't win for losing around this motherfucker. And I don't want much. I'm not asking for much. I just want my peace. Let me leave you. I'll leave you alone. You leave me alone. Let me live my life on my own accordance. As long as I'm not doing nothing illegal, whatever happens to me, let it fucking happen to me. I don't need you fucking worrying about me. I don't need you fucking trying to fucking help me along or whatever the fuck you call yourself doing. I don't need none of that shit. You motherfuckers is out here getting people killed and murdered. I don't want no parts of that shit. Stay the fuck out of my life. But that would be a perfect world. That would be a perfect world. And we all know this world is far from that. What time is it out here? It is 10 minutes to 7 p.m. I'm up late here in the UK. What time is it in the UK? Read the Wikipedia page for gang stalking. It says it's persecuted. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Don't pay attention to that shit. You know, Wikipedia, the dictionary, big shot fucking psychiatrists, whatever the fuck they want to say. That's why we need to stop calling this shit gang stalking, because they threw that word out here for us to use. It was a setup. It was a trap. They fucking sent their fucking agents on here, and their agents named it gang stalking, and we went along with that shit. Now they got all types of videos and shit surrounding the word. I call it predictive policing. That's just another name for it. Predictive policing, and it's a known name. Same harassment, same bullshit harassment. Shit they can't get around. We can't use the words they created. We can't use words that they created for our demise and expect to get some type of fucking understanding around that shit, if you will. Nobody's gonna come for our fucking. Nobody's gonna come for our fucking rescue or none of that shit. With that word. More gang stalking, perps, and home invasion. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Hey, what's going on, GP? 333. Peace and blessings, Cole. Happy. Appreciate that. Planet Pat Bell in me. I'm not sure what you mean by that, GCP. Sorry about that, y'all. Quick intermission. Yeah, this world does suck. You right about that, man. It's Satan's playground, though. Of course, if we ain't on that page. If you ain't on that page, this ain't the world, the fucking dimension, the planet. This ain't none of that shit we want to be on. This is a dark universe right here. It's just fucking illuminated with the sun. Dark people. Excuse me. That's legitimate. That's legitimate. Excuse me, you guys. Yeah, man, it's really fucking fucked up out here. Wish it didn't have to sound so negative, but you know, a banana is a banana and an apple is an apple. Same with the oranges. Excuse me, that's legitimate. I can't put it to this because it's like a little close, but that's it right there. Legitimate. It's like a cloud. A cloud. CERN fucking with that bullshit. Pulling out all that fucking bullshit from different dimensions. Who's to say that bullshit ain't taking over entities, ain't taking over people, but you know, that's getting deep. That's getting too deep, too deep, too deep. That's another piece of the rabbit hole. That's some shit you gotta research that shit. You can't even begin to try and explain what CERN is doing to people. You'll be complete conspiracy theorists. The biggest mistake in the fucking world is to implement AI onto the planet. The biggest fucking mistake in the world. Let's implement AI. Self-learning program. Implement a safe learning program. On top of that, we're gonna have it dictate what would make the world better. And since this is a self-learning program, humanity is over with. Once AI figures out that humans are a cancer to the planet, we are going to be eradicated. I hope that the higher-ups know better and they don't fucking tell that fucking AI to fucking make this world a better place. Because all it would have to do is just get rid of the humans. And everything will resume back to normal. The fucking grass will grow. The fucking trees will blossom. The fucking animals will come back from out of extinction. You got humans catching birds and shit, little baby birds, and throwing them up in the air and shooting them like they do those frisbee plates and shit. And it's just small shit like that that just fucks up the planet. I'm not no animal activist or none of that shit. I don't respect anybody that abuses animals and shit, but I'm not no, I'm not no activist or no shit like that. But, it's just little shit like that. Motherfuckers going hunting to do what? Fucking chop the head off a fucking animal and hang it on your fucking mantle to go along with all your other animals that you fucking killed, like, and you're some fucking big tough fucking guy in your fucking camo fucking jacket and shit because you snuck up on a fucking deer and shot it. Like, what the fuck? I mean, why don't you put the fucking gun down and make shit, you know? Put the fucking gun down and go for it. Go fucking wrestle the bear. Why you gotta shoot it, you fucking piece of shit? You wanna be a big man, you wanna show the world how fucking tough you are. Cause you got a fucking bear head on your fucking mantle. Why don't you go wrestle the fucking bear? That'll show us how tough you are. Go wrestle the motherfucker, don't shoot it. Fucking building houses all in the fucking mountains, and you get a mountain lion in your backyard. Now it's the mountain lion's fault because you built the fucking house right in his fucking path. Like, now all of a sudden you got wildlife coming out there with their fucking tranquilizer guns, and it's fucking crazy, man. What humans expect, like, just the shit that we expect is fucking crazy to me. Like, literally, we're literally fucking chopping down trees and building fucking cities where fucking animals live, and when they appear, they're the fucking, all of a sudden, they're the fucking strangers, and they're the fucking bad guys and shit. I seen this thing on the news this morning. And see, the animals know the animals know even the hawks, the little red-tailed hawks they're starting to fucking attack people. Fucking, that was never fucking heard of. Hawks don't fucking fuck with people. Oh no, but you got motherfuckers walking around with fucking hawk hats and all types of fucking shit like that. Fucking jackets with fucking hawk feathers all in them and shit. The motherfuckers know what the fuck motherfuckers is doing. Sick world we live in. Sick fucking world, man. The crazy thing, I was recycling probably about a week ago. And it's this recycle bin. Boy, it looks like a recycle bin, but they throw dead animals in that shit now, I know. That motherfucker, it wasn't no big garbage bin. It was like a short, it was like a mini bin, but it was one of the white ones and shit. And I opened that motherfucker up, and it was a bunch of fucking ducks. Like they went hunting and shit. Like they didn't even eat it. Like, you could at least fucking gave that shit to some fucking homeless people or some shit like that. Like, it's like, I bullshit you not, at least 200 fucking ducks in that thing, man. The ones with they got a white ring around their neck and shit. Like, this motherfucker, I should have filmed that shit, but I didn't want to film that shit with it. Fucking weirdos, man. And now they're out here, they're talking about trying to fucking get rid of the geese and shit. In San Jose, they're talking about getting rid of the geese. They already had hella fucking blackbirds falling out the sky and shit, like rain, just falling dead out the sky and shit. Hella blackbirds. Now they're moving on to the geese. Sick fucking people, man. Sick fucking people. Hey, what's going on, Rose? First the blackbirds, now the geese. And the hawks ain't going for that shit. The hawks is fighting back. And hopefully everybody's doing good though, man. Excuse me, it's legitimate. Hopefully everybody's doing good, man. Trying not to let these people get to you. I know that's just easier said than done. A lot more easier said than done. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you could hear me. If not, I'll start it over because they be fucking with the shit. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. It's getting really sick out here. I was just watching this thing with this dude. He was talking about a lot of problems that might have sounded like gang stalking, but at the same time, you could kind of tell that. Look at the one tail light trigger, and then he had his fucking domestic terrorist with her fucking dog come over here and try and fucking get my dogs. That notice when she stopped. You know, that's to get my dogs to fucking all aroused and shit. My dog is asleep right now, luckily. But that was her protector, so-called protector, illusional protector, because I definitely could have got out the car, I could have got out the van quicker than he would have got to me. He might have got to me, but not before I would have did something to her if I was like that, and that's what my intentions were. But see, that's that false illusion that they and that truck right there across the street parked. That place right there is closed, so just them trying to entrap me, get me to do shit out of my act, get me to act out of my character with their harassment, so they can fucking entrapment, classic entrapment, textbook entrapment. I recognize some of these tactics from my fucking, from my not so fucking straight and narrow path of life. The entrapment tactics are fucking, they're fucking textbook as fuck. They used to, downtown Sacramento, like when we was kids and hustling and shit, be like 16, 17 and shit. And like back then, it was a real big epidemic with the police grabbing people by their necks because people used to keep dope in their mouth, like under their tongue and shit. And when the police would come up, we'd swallow it. And, you know, it'd be wrapped in plastic. So we would either check it out, or we would do what you call fishing. And, like, when we took a number two, we would get some plastic gloves and shit. And fucking, grab it and rinse it off and shit. And fucking, they got hip to that. So what they were doing, they were running up to us and fucking, they were grabbing us by the neck. And, some, because we were young. A lot of people that used to hustle downtown Sacramento and shit, like in my era, like, were real fucking young. Anybody older were like the people selling us like double ups and shit, like to make, we give them like $50 and they give us enough to make like 100 or some shit like that. It just depended on who it was. Like, those were the adults. Everybody else everybody else downtown were kids. So, some of the kids died and shit. Like, and it's not because the police choked them out, but it was because they choked them out. But it was a condition, and it was said to be found in minorities or black. We'll just say black. It was said to be found, like, there's some type of condition, like breathing condition, to where, like, if we're choked or some shit, it was some shit like that. So they had cut that off. Like, they couldn't run up to you and just fucking, grab you by the neck and choke you, because they grab you by the neck and they just, just like how they grab you by the arm and start saying, stop resisting and shit, like, you don't even be resisting, but they say stop resisting. It was the same fucking tactic, except they had just grab you by your neck, either with their fucking, hand, or they come behind you and fucking, try and choke you out, and they be saying, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. I can laugh at it now because, just, it's nothing like that no more. But, yeah, their entrapment tactics, that's what they'll do. So once they stop that shit, once they stop fucking having to go up to fucking people, or once they stop, being able to go up to us and fucking choke us out and shit, they started doing shit like pretending like they were fucking drunk. They trying to trap us. Like, they pretend like they were some fucking drunk. They go undercover, pretend like they were fucking drunk, and then they fucking just bump into us fucking hella hard and shit, and then turn around and start talking shit. And back then, like, we're kids, so we got this fucking pride thing and shit. Until we fucking caught on to their fucking until we caught on to their bullshit, man. Because, they couldn't get us for the drugs and shit. So they fucking entrap us, fucking, bump into us, and then, we fucking get into some type of altercation. I'm speaking in the general, not, we like that, but in general. Get into some type of fucking altercation with them, and they can lock you up that way and shit. Same tactics. Same fucking tactics. Textbook shit. A lot of these things that the police are doing to us and shit, what's crazy, man, I've, not just me, a lot of fucking people, not just black, all different, even white people. We've tried to fucking tell people, like, the shit that the way police are, like on some realistic shit, right? If there, because there are some targets and shit that, you know, they were like completely on the right side of the law. You know, they, I mean, everybody does something once in a while, or have done something in their past, whatever. But for the most part, there's some upstanding citizens that are fucking, you would consider upstanding, that are targeted and shit. And, you know, before this started happening to them, if the same shit that we fucking have tried to fucking explain to people, you know, they probably wouldn't believe it either. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, if that's, you know, if they haven't fucking experienced it, or, you know, but it's like, well, what is that, a skunk or a cat? Looks like a cat. Yeah, it's a cat. At nighttime, skunks and shit be all up in there. Skunks, fucking. It's crazy too. In the fields like that, in like the parking lots, like it's not really a parking lot. It's like a field, but it used to be a parking lot. Wherever it's grass like that though, it'd be hella fucking skunks and fucking raccoons and possums. In Sacramento, it'd be foxes, hella foxes and shit. You see foxes all over the place. Some of them be hella small, like you could take them home for like a pet. Some of them be hella small. Let's see. I was just listening to this show and they were hammering this lady because she wasn't a Christian. Yeah, that's the that's the thing. That's why I'm not, you know, that religion. Like there are some pastors that I like. I like because I watch pastors from, you know, certain pastors from different like religions, like Christian pastors, Christian pastors, Muslim pastors, um, mainly those two. Those Christian, and most of the Christian pastors that I've listened to that were legitimate and they went outside that five C whatever, they, you know, they were killed. Um, one of them one of them was by the name of Pastor Darby. And he openly said like he don't believe in that, you know, that 500 or whatever that C, that clause that they have, that they're not supposed to tell certain things. Like he told pretty much everything, like, and you know that shit's real. Like they will kill you if you start exposing the truth and shit. So just knowing that they hide shit from us and all that shit, like you know, especially Catholics, like they have whole fucking books and shit that they fucking just don't release to the world. Like so, that type of shit, I don't want to be a part of no shit like that. Hell no, you're not gonna fucking control me. Like how the fuck? Like that's telling you right there in your face that they're trying to control you. They're trying to have fucking more knowledge than you. They're trying to be one up on you and shit. Fuck that shit. And you know, it's just a lot of people don't even go to church for the right reasons and shit. Like, I feel, this is just me. I feel like if you're gonna, you know, dedicate your life, and I understand, like, people need to ask for forgiveness and all that shit, but, you know, if you're gonna ask for forgiveness, and nobody's perfect, we sin all the time and shit, but if you're gonna sin, let it be an unconscious sin. Don't fucking go to do something knowing that it's a sin and still fucking do it. Like, if it's a slip, then it's a slip. But, you know, you've already asked for forgiveness and shit. Don't fucking go to the corner and sell fucking poison to nobody else. If that's what the fuck you fucking dedicate your life to, fucking, you know, otherwise you're just fucking playing with God. And I don't want to be a part of nobody like that, because, you know, that shit rubs off, man. Birds of a fucking feather flock together and shit. So, you know, eventually that shit will rub off on you. So, you know. And people be fucking, you know, people fucking, like, there's been targeted individuals that have fucking, I don't really, but they have fucking condemned this, well, could I say condemn? We'll just say they, you know, they gave me a good tongue lashing. You know, telling me, you know, maybe they weren't targets though. But, you know, telling me I'm gonna be in this forever. I need to wake up and all this shit. I need to go to church. All that, like. And I understand if you're legitimately trying to help somebody out and shit, but I mean, like, if you're gonna fucking be pushing the issue and shit, like, make sure your fucking your closet is clean. Make sure you ain't got no ongoing fucking situations you need to handle with God before you start fucking, you know, don't push me so hard that you forget about your own shit that you gotta deal with. Don't fucking, you take care of that shit first. You take care of that shit first, then you direct me, or try and direct me, or give me advice, or whatever you want to call it. These people crazy. Like, a lot of these fucking perps and these fucking handlers and shit, like, they can't even fucking control their fucking children, yet they're out here trying to fucking control us and shit. Kids having sex with every fucking body and you know, just all types of shit. Weird shit, man. Like, fucking go control your fucking house before you sit here and try and fucking dictate what I do. And on top of that, call me some type of bad person. On top of that, why you're calling me a bad person, you're evil as they fucking come. Man, the audacity of these fucking people, man. Sometimes you just gotta kick back and laugh. Sometimes. Some fucking times. Other times you just want to kill him. Look at this goofball looking dead at me. Just want me to see him. Look. Just want me to see him. Again, all in my eyes. Hey, chill. See, it wakes my dogs up. Come on, Buck. Scrap, go. Buck, you come. Scrap, you go. Alright, we good. We good? We good. Alright. Chill. Just woke him up out of dead sleep. And that's all they wanted to do. Wake him up, make him bark, drive him crazy, shoot frequencies, and make them fucking fight each other. Energy vampires like a motherfucker, man. Oh, man. Yo, what is the purpose of provoking people? Yeah, it's very sick, man. Look at this. Yeah, it's very sick, man. This is the type of shit. You know, the visuals, I don't trip off the visuals too much. The motorcycles and all that fucking shit. Here we go with that. We got another show. Where you guys at? Oh, there you guys go. Come on, give us the light show now. You see, this is my all day. This is the visuals. This is the visuals. The visuals and shit. The motorcycles, then the ambulance or the fucking fire truck. Yeah. It's 24/7 over here. Fucking wake my dogs up. Oh, man. And hey, you know, it's a free fucking world. I'm not saying you can't ride on a skateboard down the street. It's a fucking public street. I don't own this street. I don't even own this parking place I'm at. Therefore, you know, I really can't say anything about it. I can't. But just knowing that he did it to fucking, you know, do that is just like some fucked up shit. Well, we got the goofball over here. Notice they wear all black, ladies and gentlemen. All my harassers wear all black. It's not just like some fucking, you know, look at that's his protector right there in the white truck. See that? See him? So obvious. So fucking rookie. So fucking rookie, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, so fucking rookie. They had another mass shooting was in South Carolina. This time I heard, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I gotta look that one up. I just was watching this thing on the on Court TV. The news went up to this dude. I don't know how to share links like that though. But I don't know how to find the link on YouTube and actually post it. Like, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I know how to copy it, but I don't know, because YouTube sometimes, I don't think YouTube will let you copy and paste and shit. I don't know. But I gotta figure it out, man. This dude, and it sounded like he was going through some targeted and shit. I just didn't know, and you know, he asked to do an interview with the news. That's what caught my attention, because he was the one that asked to do the interview with the news. And you know, they said, why do you want us to come interview you? And he said, you know, sometimes, you know, when this happens, nobody, you know, you always get one side of the story. You never get the person who actually did it side of the story. So I was watching it, and you know, he ended up killing his girlfriend because the mom was harassing him, and he said the dad that raised him was harassed. He killed a lot of fucking people, man. He killed his girlfriend. He killed the guy that raised him. He killed his cousin. And then he went on. I think I fell asleep after I heard about his cousin. I fell asleep. But, a lot of people in his life were fucking like, he said they all changed up on him and shit. Like, all of a sudden out of nowhere. And it sounds, you can't really pinpoint it and say it is. But I'm going to try and see if I can find the link. Or at least, I'll put the exact words that the video is on. That way you can pull it up. But yeah, it was crazy. Maybe I could screenshot that shit. Stole his fucking the dude that raised him. I guess he raised him for like 15 years. His mom's boyfriend for 15 years or whatever. His stepfather or whatever. And fucking killed him, stole $20,000. Went on I don't want to say it. Well, stole. Yeah, you gotta see it. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. It's gonna go on because of this stuff, and it's almost like they're gonna get away with it. They're getting away with it already, but it's like, this is something that's set in place. This isn't something that's going anywhere. It's almost like, and not to sound negative or anything, but it's almost like one of, like in a prison or a jail, like if you fucking take the fucking security, or if you take one of the prison guards hostage and shit, like they don't give a fuck. Like if you start fucking trying to make demands and shit, like they have no fucking, blackmail policy. Like as so, say if prisoners get into a riot and they take fucking 5 fucking prison guards hostage and shit, and the hostage, and they're saying let me out or we'll kill him. Like those police those fucking COs know what they signed up for. They're gonna die in there. Like you're not gonna use them to get out of here. They're not gonna be your fucking. They might try and barter with you and shit, but you ain't getting out that motherfucker. You gonna die in there. Yeah, that's crazy. Like it's understandable. It's what you write. It's what you fucking sign up for. But those people don't actually think those things happen like that. There's riots where motherfuckers will fucking snatch up guards and shit. It's lifers and shit. And sometimes them prisons, them guards be doing you wrong and shit, fucking talking to you crazy, fucking, just fucking with you for no reason and shit. And motherfuckers lifers, and all that's going through your head is I gotta go through this shit every fucking day for the rest of my fucking life. Like this motherfucker is not fucking respecting me as a fucking man. Like he goes home every fucking day. And I'm fucking here every fucking day, which is my fault, and I'm taking it. I'm handling it like a man. And this motherfucker is gonna talk to me like this? Nah, And you start doing that shit to enough fucking inmates and shit. It's not the right thing to do. That's why most prisons ain't like county jails and shit. A lot of prisons, like the COs have a lot of, well, I'm not gonna say a lot of respect, but they have respect. Like there's, most prisons, like there's a mutual respect and shit that, as long as you fucking, we're here to fucking watch you and make sure you don't get yourselves into trouble. As long as you get, as long as you do your time, we're not gonna fuck with you. That type of fucking relationship. You know, most prisons have that, but then you got other prisons and shit that want to try and fucking, you know, mistreat people and shit. But that's just like this program, man. It's like no matter how much evidence you got on them, no matter how much proof you got on them, they are not gonna fucking buck down. Like, they're not gonna break. You're not gonna fucking shut this program down with none of your evidence. Yeah, that's exactly what this program is fucking. It's almost like it's a stronghold. It's been here for a minute. You know, it has some age on it. In fact, it has so much age on it, it went into hiding for a minute and came back out under a different name. So, not only has it been out for a while already, but even longer after a pause, or, you know, even longer before a pause. Yep. As fucked up as it sounds, ladies and gentlemen, we are a big part of history. Maybe you know, it's a part of history that we don't want to be a part of. You know, definitely would like the history to be rewritten and shit, but this right here, you know, this is like a serious piece of history that we're a part of. You know, this might. And I'm not laughing because it's funny, I'm just venting out and shit, but, you know, who knows in the long run, like fucking couple decades from now and shit, some hotshot lawyer might fucking start fucking digging up some fucking files, and here comes the fucking tort lawsuits and shit. Family members being mistreated by the government. You know, our families might get rich off of this shit. Or our families could become victims. And they could start doing this shit to our families and shit. Like, if this program isn't shut down. Like, just think, right? If we actually came together and got this program shut down and sued the fuck out of it, we could set our families up for life. But if we continue to let these motherfuckers do this shit to us, day in, day out, we could be setting our families up in a different way for life. That's a real fucking choice. Like, that's real shit. I honestly think God wants us to fucking, and this is just what I think. I think God doesn't want us to sit and wait on a miracle. And I'm not saying doing it violently or any of that. And videos are good. Number one fucking, you know, I promote videos because it helps others. But unless we fucking come together and get out there and fucking protest. However, whichever way, like I'm for it anyway. Like at this point, like I don't give a fuck. But unless we fucking do that, which and that's what I think God wants. Like I literally, people might people might say, yeah, you're over you're over fucking, you're over, you know, you're overthinking shit. But I honestly think fucking God wants us to get up off our ass and fucking light a firecracker to this shit. Because, and don't think that we won't be protected. Of course we might get shot with fucking mace, or some of us will go to jail and shit, like, but if that's what it takes to get this shit on the news, if that's what it takes to get this shit broadcasted, then that's a small fucking sacrifice. That's a small sacrifice, especially when you're not gonna be. It's not like you're gonna do no fucking 6 months, 5 months, or no shit like that. You'll fucking probably go for disturbing the peace or some fucking shit, real minute shit. Bail out, even fucking, get cited out on your own recognizance type shit. I mean, unless you, of course, you fucking, if you do something against the law, then of course you're gonna fucking reap the benefits of that. But as long as you're doing what protesters can do, and even if you want to say fuck it and start fucking lighting shit up, like fuck it, man. These people been lighting our lives up the whole fucking however many years we've been going through this shit. Lighting us up with frequencies, lighting us up with harassment, lighting us up with vandalism, lighting us up with entrap. Fuck these motherfuckers, man. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I honestly think God wants us to fucking, he don't want us to keep suffering like this. Like, he's giving us the will, he's giving us the way, and whether we choose to use it is all on us. Like, if we're gonna be scared of these motherfuckers doing something to us, or locking us up, or putting us in a mental institution, if we're gonna let that be the fucking fear of us not getting out there and doing something, then it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But this shit is gonna keep fucking happening until we fucking get off our asses and fucking go do something about it. And I'm not talking about killing nobody. I'm not talking about none of that shit. I'm talking about like protesting, literally. Like, even if we don't want to fucking meet up with each other, all of us come out in our fucking cities. Everybody in their fucking city, you get a fucking megaphone. And every time somebody in your fucking city fucking gets in trouble or fucking dies behind this shit, and you fucking get on the front of the fucking jailhouse and fucking scream that fucking targeted individuals fucking innocence type shit, like, on top of all the other types of protesting you can do. Because, and we all make a day, and we all just fucking, pick a date to when we're gonna start doing this shit, and we all just fucking film us fucking megaphoning the city out, fucking letting people know what the fuck is going on and shit. As long as you got your megaphone and you're not hurling threats, the best way to do it, I noticed, is to ask questions and shit. Why are you doing this to us? Why are you domestically terrorizing American citizens? Why is it that, Chinese people can have laws put in place for them to protect them, but, you guys harass me 24 hours a day? Like, why are you harass? Where are the laws to protect me? Like, asking the questions that way. When you ask questions and shit, it doesn't, you know, they can't say you're being aggressive and shit. You know, you're more of a, you're being more, you're being more submissive. Like you're basically giving a person, you know, the floor to answer why they're doing this to you. But when you're directing it at them and shit, you know, it looks like aggression. But when you're doing it to the police station and shit, like if you're yelling at if you're not talking to a certain person and you're speaking in general, I mean, still, don't don't cross no boundaries and shit as far as words go. But you know, you can speak a little different. But you know, try and be intelligent. Not intelligent like, cause I'm not no fucking. Trust me, I'm not no fucking. I'm not no fucking whiz kid or none of that shit. But when I say intelligent, I should say like try and like, you know, calm down, think about it, and just put the facts out there. Put the facts out there. Don't mention, you know, I try and say predictive policing and shit. But when you say gang stalking, that's just, you know, people are gonna look that shit up. And, you know, they got fake ass psychiatrists on there fucking shooting us down and shit. So it's just best to stay away from that word. Like literally, like, you know, and it's a catchy word. So, you know, you'll slip. Like literally, I'm still weaning myself off of using that fucking word, gang stalking. Still weaning myself off that shit. Like when I talk to other targeted individuals, I say it, and I'm trying to stop doing that as well. Like, because, you know, it's something that they put in place to make us fucking, you know, that word was fucking written for a reason. That's you know, that was thrown at us, that was hurled at us, and we caught on to it, and we grabbed it, we utilized it, and it was all in their favor. So one day at a time, ladies and gentlemen. It's like Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. One day at a time with this bullshit. Weaning off of their fucking, weaning off their harassment, weaning off their fucking bullshit phrases, and they shooting me right now with something. Like literally my fucking face is like it's like scratches but puffing up with, it feels like a scratch with like whelps, a whelpy scratch. That's how I can tell they're shooting me. Then it feels like it's burnt, like they're burning me. But it's a real light burn. If it's heavier than it's been lately. It's heavier than it's been lately, and it's, you know, they like to hit me on my cheek, in between my nose. They really like to hit me in between my nose and my cheek, on both sides. Fucking piece of shit motherfuckers, man. Yep. I'm gonna take pictures of this shit and throw it up. It's crazy, man, how they do us, man. From long distance, like fucking cowards. They won't show themselves. Won't fucking show themselves. I want to make one of those barbarian bats with hella nails. I put hella nails and shit through a fucking bat. Hella fucking nails and just one of those barbarian bats and shit. Fucking get the motherfucker shooting those frequencies. Now they're hitting my forehead. It's crazy, man. Like, where are these motherfuckers pointing from, dude? To where they can direct that shit. These motherfuckers pointing from long distance and shit. How are you directing that shit directly in the middle of my fucking eyes and shit? Stacy, I'll stop swearing just for you. I just happened to be scrolling and see your thing. You're the lady who always is saying negative things about me. And you have sworn yourself, but I'm not gonna hold that against you, Stacy. I won't hold it against you. And I'll stop. I'll try my best to slow down on it. I don't know all the gory details of it though. I just woke up. I was sleeping all day. Yeah, that's has to be a beautiful thing to be able to sleep around these people. Hey, what's going on, Tamika? It's okay. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. If a Christian church is 501c3, that means they have to do the government's bidding. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, 501c3. Yep, they have to, yep. And he went against that and they killed him. Yeah. I mean, the obviousness of it all. For people not to be able to see that and to call you conspiracy theorists and all that types of stuff. Yeah, man. The obviousness is there, like. I don't know what the hell is up with people these days. Sleepwalkers. Sleepwalkers, for real. A T.I. who said before she was a T.I., her sister was a T.I. Yep. they want to test us and shit. Like, either they want to break us to conform to them, or they want to get our family members and shit. Okay, we couldn't make him conform. I bet we make his such and such conform. We'll make his sister, or we'll make his daughter, or we'll make his son, or we'll make his wife. We'll make his mom. Look at Neighborhood Watch goofball with his German Shepherd. Fashion statement. German Shepherd and clear earpiece. It's an epidemic out here with Neighborhood Watch, I tell you. Everybody out here thinks they're a fucking cop. A dirty cop at that. I mean, just imagine the egos these motherfuckers have. You're able to get away with breaking the law, harassing people. You get caught 9 times out of 10, you'll be saved by the police. Get right out of jail. I mean, shit. This is a dream job for an evil motherfucker who was always a nobody. Never had friends. Always had to pay for girlfriends. Vice versa. Has no type of self-worth. It's a fucking it's a dream come true. A job's dream come true, cause now you're with the birds of a feather. Just imagine. And when I speak of racist, I'm not just speaking on white people, and I'm not just speaking on people being racist against black people. They're black racists, they're racists of every nationality. So just imagine the fun that the racists are having that participate in this program. Because nobody is screened. They don't say, hey, are you a racist? Maybe they already know, but, But, there are fucking people. Even though this ain't a racist program, there are racist people who participate. And trust me, they are having a fucking time of their lives. Complete legal hate crimes right now going on. Hate crimes that they can get away with. You can't beat that if you're a fucking racist. Now all that shit you've been fucking doing, spraying shit on fucking people's churches and all that shit you've been doing, all that crazy fucking shit. Every nationality, whatever. You motherfuckers is having the time of your life right now. You ain't gotta hide with it. They tearing us up right now, ladies and gentlemen. They are tearing our asses up. But we survive it, so it's just another fucking day. It's another day that we have to we have to adapt to this shit. We have to adapt to the new way of life. And it's fucked up. Being in the know is fucked up. I'll tell you that much. It's very, very fucked up, but I'll tell you what. In the next life, if I happen to hit this planet, believe one thing. If you don't believe anything else, I will never take that cup of piss. I will never take that cup of piss and drink it as if it was water. They're not going to be able to tell me that shit. They won't be able to run it. It won't happen. And whatever fucking bullshit I have to endure, even though I don't like it, I kindly welcome, humbly, I humbly welcome it against bullshit. You're not have me so fucking whacked out my mind that I start harassing other people, knowing that if they did it to me, I don't know what the fuck I would do. A lot of these people would turn into complete fucking crybabies. A lot of these witches and shit that be chuckling and hackling and doing all those witch laughs and shit would literally be fucking raining tears out their fucking face. I don't know why this is happening to me. All that fucking shit. Hands down, guarantee you. Fucking go crazy and commit suicide. The dudes with not all these fucking big fucking Tonka toy truck driving motherfuckers that think they're fucking, Bobcat Bill and all that shit. Fucking complete cowards. They would not be able to handle this, trust me. Commit suicide, go kill the whole fucking family, the dog, then kill themselves. They wouldn't be able, they would fucking malfunction in this shit. All these tough gangbangers and fucking and these fucking hustlers, quote unquote. Well, I mean, it speaks for them participating in this program already speaks for itself. So, I need not say any more about that shit about them. And they have the audacity to ride around. They have the audacity to be right around playing fucking gangster music and shit with people talking shit about snitches and rats and fuck the police. They have the fucking audacity to be riding around giving people the false identification of them. You guys can't be giving people the false identification. You gotta let people know who you are, man. If you're gonna be a rat, be a fucking rat. You know you're changing your life, right? You're changing your fucking life, right? You're working with the police. You're harassing people for the fucking police. Shit change your fucking life the whole way. Don't fucking go and start fucking, Don't be listening to any of that fucking false identification music. You're a police officer now. You're with the dirty boys. We don't fuck around with you. We don't fuck around with traitors. We don't do none of that. So all that fake ass tough guy, all that fake ass gang banging. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some real gangbangers out there and shit. No offense to you. But to all these fake ass gangbangers working with the police and shit. But one thing about you real gangbangers, man, you need to do a security check. You need you need to do a security check, because these motherfuckers is still mingling around you, kicking it in the hood and shit. You still hanging with these motherfuckers, and they on the fucking police's fucking payroll. You know, so that's a fair warning right there. That's a fair warning. Keep the peace. You want to keep the peace, get rid of them motherfuckers, I'll tell you that. A lot of people gonna be dying, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not a psychic. I'm not a psychic at all. I'm just, simply warning you guys. If this program allows itself to continue, if the people who are not a part of this program don't really take heed to the people telling them what they're going through, you might just become a victim yourself. There's gonna come a time where everybody who's participating in this shit, there's a thing called law of attraction, fucking karma, all that shit. I don't know how it works, but I just know it works. And what you put out in this fucking world, you're gonna get that shit right back. And you might get it tenfold. You might get it in ways that you would never fucking imagine, but you're gonna get it. That's one thing for sure, you're gonna get it. And if you don't already know that, you better act like you know it, because it's gonna happen. So, like I said, I'm not too worried about what you do to me. I do take offense to what you do to my dogs and shit. Eventually that's gonna get one of you guys caught up, but other than that, you could do what you want to me, because I know God is gonna send a destroyer your way. I don't know if it's gonna be in the form of a human, in the form of a natural disaster. I don't know what form it's gonna take, but what I do know is it's gonna come your way. Your lottery ticket is coming. Your lottery ticket is, it's destined to be punched. It's destined to be punched. You guys, you causing too much fucking, chaos out here. You're running amok. We already got wars and rumors of wars. And now y'all bringing this shit on to this shit been going on since before that, but, you better pay attention to what you're doing to people. And especially if you call yourself a motherfucking Christian, a Catholic, well, no offense to anybody, but Catholics are pretty evil. In my book. Catholics and Jehovah's Witnesses and shit, like, those are some evil people, but hey, Christians are as well, I guess. The ones that do participate in this shit. Muslims, fucking hell, even the Hebrew Israelites that participate in this. Not that I can't say that I have. All the other religions I have seen participate in this. I can't say I have seen a Hebrew Israelite participate in this, though. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. I haven't seen, but I'm sure somewhere out there there's one that's participating. And let me correct myself. The ones that do participate in all religions aren't even real fucking. They're not real. They're just fucking. It's a fashion statement, or it's a cry out. It's almost like a protection. They think it's a protective guard and shit. Like, even though they're doing evil, they just say they believe in God. It's like a patch to ensure that they're going to heaven or some shit like that, which is complete bullshit. It's just the brain. It's just the way of them fucking, trying to make fucking what they do all right. We're gonna get through this shit though, and God will send a destroyer their way. It might be one at a time, it might be one at a time, but just know they will be getting it. I don't know all the glory. Okay. I hope okay. If Christian church, that means, okay. She didn't believe her sister was being targeted and her sister died. And now she regrets it. Yeah. I mean, it's sad. And, for some of the people that do, our family members and shit that we try and fucking tell, sometimes it's not their fault, man. This shit does seem like, given, if it's a family member and you're fucking confiding in them that this shit is going on, like, I guess it's just the family, but, in my opinion, you're supposed to give them even if you do feel that they're fucking crazy or they're, you still fucking comfort them, and even, you hear them out at the very least. You hear them out. And you don't, the worst thing you could do is call somebody paranoid, schizophrenic and shit, especially when they're, you don't do that, man, because you could fucking send a person off the deep end, like, especially if you're a family member. You gotta think, like, if it's something serious, if this person hasn't gone to everybody else and everybody else fucking, at worst case scenario, they fucking talked to a lot of different people, and a lot of different people fucking looked at them crazy, said crazy shit to them. Now you're their last resort. You're a fucking family member, which you probably should have been their first resort, but hey, you're the last resort. You're the fucking nutcracker in this shit. They come at you, man. You're supposed to have some type of fucking compassion. You're supposed to have an ear for them. And no negative shit. At least to fucking comfort them. Even if it's against what you fucking, if you don't believe them, if you think they're crazy, still fucking comfort them. Don't send them. You see they're fucking distressed. Don't fucking send them off the fucking edge. You don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. So yeah, man, it's fucked up to have. I know it's rough to have somebody die that and find out that it's really a thing, especially after it's been, they hit you with it. Like, that's what I say. Like, eventually this is gonna move on to family members. We gotta fucking get off our asses and do something. And I'm not saying it like, well, I am saying it like, we are fucking stagnant. Like, we're making, like, this live is completely good. Like, everybody's live is good. Everybody's videos are good. Like, this is a venting thing. This is a way to vent. This is a way for us to fucking, this is a way for us to get our fucking bullshit off with people that are going through the same shit that we're going with. We can relate to, like, because I don't know about, I can't relate to nobody. I can't relate to nothing around me until I fucking get on fucking YouTube. Like, literally, I can't relate to none of this shit. Like, these people are like, I look at everybody out here like demons. Like, there's no fucking, like, you're not gonna walk up to me with a fucking smile on your face and fucking, you know, pretend like you're some fucking good guy. That's not gonna work over here. Like, I'm already on you. Like, you're not gonna pop out the bushes with some Mr. Nice Guy. None of that bullshit. Like, you're a demon. Like, and I'm not giving you the benefit of, I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. Like, you're fucking gonna start off as a demon, and if I know you long enough and I see that you're a fucking, then that demon is gonna slowly fucking, you know, but there's no fucking starting you off with no clean sheet. Like, especially if you popping up out of the woodwork with some nice bullshit and shit. Like, you're not gonna do that. We're not gonna play that game. I'm not even gonna entertain that shit with you. I'll play with, like, I'll be fucking, you know, you wanna, you know, do a video or something, you wanna fucking interview or some shit like that, or you wanna fucking do some demonic fucking weird shit so I could put you on camera, fucking okay. But all that trust and thinking you can offer me and all that fucking bullshit, like, hell no. Oh, let me all that, let me hang with you for a fucking day and all that fucking shit. Like, what are you fucking talking? I don't even fucking know you. When you just popped up out of nowhere. Oh, you seem kind of cool. Nah. No, sir. You have a nice day, man. It is sad. It is sad how many TIs have families who don't believe they are TIs. Yeah, it is. It is. You know, there's some that legitimately don't believe it, and unfortunately, there's some that are participating in it, and, you know, it's fucked up, but they're gonna send their family member through a whole fucking, you know, and the thing about that is, you know, even though our family members are doing this to us, I'm not gonna say, because all of our, you know, it could be anything. Blackmail, it could be money. Hey, what's going on, Targeted Journey? It could be blackmail, it could be money, it could be because these motherfuckers saying, oh, he's under investigation, you can't tell him. We're just, you know, we're doing this to, you know, we're trying to keep him from going to jail. So you can't tell him. You just have to do these certain things, you know, so we can kind of see if he's guilty or whatever. But we're gonna keep him out of jail. Like, it could be all types of weird shit, cause, you know, all of them, but not, you know, just different people got different fucking stories behind their shit. Like, so, yeah, man. This is what we're up against, man. Literally. This is fucking what we're up against, man. Demons in human flesh. And they ain't going anywhere anytime soon. That's why we gotta get up off our asses and, you know, God has given us the strength. He's given us the knowledge to know what we're going through. We can get out there and fucking tell people what we're going through without fucking being erratic and fucking, cause our brains aren't fucking going 100 miles an hour anymore. We know what we're going through. For the most part, we're content with it. Like, we don't fucking enjoy this shit. We don't want to go through it, but we're content with it. We know we're gonna go through this shit. We know what's going on. You know, it is what it is. Like, we can't fucking, you know, the best thing we can do is try and fucking, you know, get our asses up out of this shit and learn as much as we can about it. Through the people, through videos as far as like psychological fucking shit, learning what triggers are, learning how they work, so you can fucking be able to prove certain shit, like the one headlights and shit. They're trying to trigger you into a violent, like, even if, you know, the science behind it, they can't beat that. They can call you delusional all they want, and then where they win at calling us delusional, the only time they can win at calling us delusional is when we fucking go and we're fucking, you know, we're telling everybody we're telling people what everything that they're doing. They're coughing, they're fucking rubbing their hair, they're looking in their phone. All that shit is smoke and mirrors. All that shit is put in place so when the real fucking triggers, the real fucking repetitive shit, you know, the real psychological shit can be blended in with it. It's like the Truth and Lies fucking magic trick show. Like when they're fucking, you know, they tell a little bit of truth, but add a whole bunch of fucking lies, and most people are gonna believe what's going on because it has a little bit of truth to it. You know, they'll look it up and see the little bit of truth, and then, you know. Oh, power of suggestion is a motherfucker, ladies and gentlemen. But again, though, that's what it is. We gotta get off our asses so this shit doesn't reach our family members, our children, for those of us who have children, our grandchildren, for those of us who have grandchildren. You know, if we don't want to make this a family tree thing. It is sad how many TIs have families. Okay. I'm good, busy. Busy though, have not been on channel missing in action. Nate. See, they like rolling up in these twin cars. This black and white, just the same fucking cars. Twin fucking car, fucking piece of shit, motherfucking terrorists. Shooting frequencies out those motherfuckers, man. Out of those, they shoot frequencies out of those Teslas and fucking Toyota Priuses. Those vehicles, all the fucking frequencies come from, at least out here. Or, I'm not gonna say all of them, but, you know, those are main fucking frequency pushers, man. And it's always, you know, and this ain't no racist shit. I'm not racist. I'm sure everybody out on here knows that. And you have seen as well as me pulling the camera out and putting it in the windows of these motherfuckers. Most of the one headlights, most of the Toyota Priuses, the Teslas, and those Toyotas are fucking Asian. Probably, you know, when I've gotten out and filmed the Teslas, I probably got like, you know, a couple of Mexicans. I got one black dude before. In the 11 years, I got one black dude in a Tesla, a couple Mexicans, you know, a few white, but the majority are Asian. And the Teslas and the Honda Priuses and those Toyotas pulling up behind me shooting frequencies and shit. And I'm gonna show you guys something. All these devices and shit that they got and they're shooting us with and all that bullshit. Let me show you something. They are having a convention right now as we fucking speak. A techie convention. Where all these tech motherfuckers come out and they put their displays on out there. Like what their their new tech shit. So a lot of new devices are gonna be out. Unfortunately for me and anybody else who's targeted out here in San Jose, we can be fucking prepared for some tech shit being fucking implemented on us. Guaranteed about it. They call this shit DEFCON. This is where techies come from all around the fucking globe, if you will. This convention right here. See all that shit right there? All fucking techies. Oh, look at the one tail light. You got one tail light techie over there. All those fucking body attracting fucking devices, being able to connect to fucking people's bodies, and know if you took that fucking vaccine, they're whipping up apps right now to connect to you. It's not funny. They can connect to all of us anyways, but you know. See, they having big fiestas. Techies finna be out here tonight. Crazy. They finna be going to the clubs. Like back in the day, this is a while back, like, this like, probably when I was like 18, 19 and shit. Like, when all the clubs out here were, you know, a lot of clubs out there. There used to be a lot of clubs, because this is a college town, pretty much. Our downtown area is like real collegey and shit. And you know, they used to have those tech parties and shit, and then like they used to stay at the motels. And like there'd be a lot of crackheads and shit like that. You know, they'd be in the bathrooms and shit, passing out mints and shining people's shoes and selling condoms and shit like that. And they, you know, they smoke dope. And you know, the techies be all up in there drunk and shit. And then what they would do is they roll up some some dope and blunts and shit, and they used to turn out the techies and shit, get the techies addicted. Like the techies would think they were smoking weed, and they be smoking like dope in a fucking blunt and shit, and the crackheads used to get them addicted to that shit and just have them walk into their fucking have them walk into the Versatiles and shit, fucking cashing out. Like, I think that's like one of the reasons they got rid of all the clubs and shit, because like the techies were like, you know, they were becoming straight addicts. Like, they come out here and fucking present their apps and all their gadgets and shit, go to the clubs and shit, think they're gonna party, and then go home the next day. They be out here stuck stuck for fucking hella long and shit. Spent up all their money, sold their laptops, rented out their cars, and their cars got stolen up. We got a terrorist behind me. We got a terrorist behind me, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, don't tell me I'm running out of gas. I better not be. Hell no. I think I am. Son of a bitch. Ooh. I hope I can make it to the gas station. Yeah, man. Terrorists, ladies and gentlemen. We're out here with a bunch of terrorists. Every day we get through it. Every day that we get through this shit, up there goes. There he goes. The technique. This technique works. I think he's going to the gas station. The fucking cop is. He sees I'm running out of gas. He's probably gonna tell the gas station guy some shit. And he's on my fucking live as well, so can't forget about that. But come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah, there you go. Oh, hell no. Look at this, you guys. The lights are off at the gas station though, right? But the building's open, right? Oh, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? It can't be real. Lord have mercy, it's cold. It's super cold out there. Oh my Lord. super cool. Thank you, Lord, for another day. Yeah, man, for anybody just tuning in, though, hope you had a beautiful day. Hope you're in the process of having a beautiful day. Or morning. Gonna be a lot of activity tonight. A lot of activities. Got Chevy Caprices out here. Old schools. Oh, I'm gonna get to y'all in my bad. I just gotta go park real quick. A lot of people tonight, so traffic is gonna have extra traffic because of their fucking harassment bullshit. Look at these motherfuckers. You got a motherfucker pretending to be crazy right there. And then you got a motherfucker pretending to be crazy right there. You got both flights, motherfuckers. Hey, chill. You got both flights. Somebody's pretending to be crazy. Hey, chill. Hey. None of that. Scrap, chill out. Come on, chill out. They're everywhere, buddy. There's no getting rid of them. They're gonna be all over the place. See, look, we got one coming up right now. Look. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Iceberg Casper. Iceberg Casper. Terrorism is such an ugly thing, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's so ugly. Why they feel it's necessary, I'll never know. But, hey. What does this say? Passenger loading zone. Okay, well, let's see if the other one is passenger loading zone. I want to make sure. No passenger. Alright, so here we go. Fucking tires fucked up because of these motherfuckers. Yes. Another day, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was called the fucking DEFCON. Be well, look after your. Yeah, well, appreciate that, Alan, most definitely. Yeah, technology will be used. Definitely. Definitely. It's already, we're already in that direction. We're already. People think this shit's a game. They think because they got them robots on TV looking hella friendly and shit. Oh man, people are just fucking. Our phones are bad enough. Our cell phones are bad enough. I believe if they wanted to, they have the serial numbers to each of our fucking phones. If they wanted to press the button on us and blow some shit up, they could literally. Our phones are like bombs. Or anything smart is a fucking bomb. And they can push a button and set that motherfucker off if they want. So. Just knowing that alone, man. These fucking, this AI shit is gonna, it's gonna be pushing buttons on motherfuckers, man. Maybe not exactly how I'm putting it, but, people are gonna get their buttons pushed. Whether it's people who are fucking whistleblowers, going back against the system, breaking the code, or whatever you want to call it. You know too much, get them out the way. Too many people here, get them out the way. Ain't nobody gonna know it was your phone that blew up. Ain't nobody gonna know your microwave blew up and fucking your refrigerator and everything was like a domino effect. Your refrigerator blows up, sends a signal to your microwave blows up, sends a signal to your fucking TV. Your TV blows up, sends a signal to your bedroom. Fucking, you got shit blowing up all around you. This shit is smart shit. Everything's fucking Bluetooth connected. So, don't trap yourselves with that bullshit. It's bad enough you got all that shit surrounding you and you got fucking frequencies tearing your motherfucking ass up. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, fucking cell phone, fucking TV, fucking neighbors, fucking smart meters, fucking smart microwave. Fucking here we go with another fucking Prius. Fucking piece of shit terrorist, I tell you. I fucking tell you. What did I tell you? It don't take long. Shoot the frequencies out his fucking trunk, probably. What are you parking there for? So you want to do that? I turn on my brights. Turn on my brights. We could play the fucking game. Fucking piece of shit. not slick. You're not slick. You're not slick. There's no, hey, come here, hey, quit. She trying to pretend, she trying to be slick. Ain't nobody here to deliver that shit to. There's nobody here to fucking deliver that shit to. You're trying to be slick. Nah, you can't play that off, you idiot. You cannot play that off. You are not no fucking Uber Eats. You are not no Uber Eats, lady, I tell you that. These people are hilarious, man. So as she gets out, that vehicle's probably shooting some fucking frequency bullshit. I can't prove it, though. I can't prove it, and for those who don't know what this program is, they'll really have a hard time proving it to you, so we'll just say that's a car that's parked there. Uber Eats, we'll say it's Uber Eats, and she's really delivering that Taco Bell bag to this building right here. Oh man, these people, man. Funny lady you are. You can't, let me see. Man, why they keep fucking, well, I know why. Yep, technology, okay. That is right. You are right by Silicon Valley and all those social media tech giants and oh yeah, they're out here. Lord have mercy. Fucking everywhere. That's what this whole fucking city is. Like it's so bad with those motherfuckers. They're building like literally building they're building the city off techies. Like all these new apartments, all these orange apartments and shit you see. All these fucking like apartment complexes with fucking stores and fucking implemented in them and shit. Like you literally the whole upstairs is fucking from the second story up is apartments, and from the first story is like all around it is fucking stores and shit, Applebee's and all this fucking like that's what these techies are bringing out here, man. And they got shit, man. They got man. You know, we just the devices that they use on us. You got to think. These are big wig technician motherfuckers, so they got devices that only they have. Like they've created the devices for only them, and they have the knowledge to know what these devices do. Like you can literally hack into the human body right now. Literally, like no bullshit, you can hack into the human body. Like they can make your fucking they can send a signal to your fucking brain and make your knees go out, like type shit, like that type of shit. Like, so, it's really bad out here, man. People think this shit's a game. Think this fucking, just all of it. They think it's a fucking game. Eventually, they'll wake up, but by the time they wake up, it's gonna be too late. It's like they're gonna be, when you're sleeping, your house catches on fire. It's that luck that fucking wakes you up, and luckily your whole fucking house ain't burning down and shit. By the time you wake up and you're surrounded by flames and shit and can't get out, like, but by the time these motherfuckers wake up, it's just gonna be like that. They're gonna wake up in a house full of flames. There's gonna be no action at getting out. On top of that, they're gonna be so high up, and they're gonna be so high up. It's gonna be one of those fucking Twin Tower situations. Do I fucking jump or go down with the building? Either way, it's gonna be a bad situation for you. Either way, you better wake up on time. And you know what they say, if you're on time, that means you're late. So you better at least try and wake up on time. At least try and wake up on time. Because you still be late waking up on time. Tesla Optimus robot. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, people are literally letting their fucking cars drive for them. Falling asleep, letting their fucking cars drive for them. Like and we're putting our, we the people, I shouldn't say we're. Well, all of us have a hand in it. Like, everything, everybody that uses anything smart, from our phones to anything, we're ushering in this robot world. And as much as, it's probably hard for us to admit it, we are addicted to this bullshit they got us on. This technology, we're addicted to this shit. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. What do they call it? A challenge. I challenge you to put your fucking phone somewhere for 3 fucking days and not use that motherfucker. I challenge you to do that. Or, so we don't have any excuses, I challenge you to only use your phone for calls. No social media. No social media. Only fucking phone calls. Not even texting. Just fucking phone calls. Because texting is a form of fucking, addiction to a certain extent. So, I guarantee you, put it down for 4 or 5 days. 3 days. 4 or 5 if you think you bad. Put that motherfucker to the side. You're gonna be going through all types of fucking social media withdrawals and shit. And you're gonna fucking... Don't lose your phone. Don't lose your phone and have to get one back in the mail a couple days later. And this is where we're considering the fact that you don't have a computer or none of that shit. You just work off the phone. Yeah, it's gonna be bad for that first. For the first couple days, for sure. for the first couple days, it's gonna be bad. That third or fourth or fifth, it's almost like fasting and shit. Like what do they call it? Ramadan. It's like It'll be like Ramadan where you don't eat all damn day. I think, is it all day? It's all day until after a certain time, huh? Except it's gonna be all week. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough time for you. I know it was for me. So saying all that to say, we're so fucking addicted into this fucking bullshit. Like, we're addicted to what's killing us. We know it's killing us and we're addicted to it. We're still fucking, you know, we're still fucking, you know, we get on, myself included, we get on the fucking internet and we fucking, and this is people in the know. We're just talking about us that are in the know, people, truthers and shit like that. You know, we get on the cell phones and we're telling people how bad cell phones are. I mean, it's the only way we can do it, but you know, just the fucking, you know, the thought. Like, we're fucking literally telling people that cell phones are bad. They're giving people fucking brain tumors, but we're telling them through a fucking cell phone. Like, the video that we're making the video about the cell phone on is being made with a fucking cell phone. Oh man. So yeah, saying all that to say, man, we're just, you know, they have us addicted to this shit. They know, like they fucking, just like they analyze us from targeting and shit, like we're an ant farm. It's a fucked up way to put it, but it's the most realistic way to put it. We're like an ant farm and they study us. You know, and then we tell on ourselves and shit. They send their little goons out to do surveys and shit. How many people be in their phones all day? How many people do this all day and shit? And like with this targeting, all they have to do is fucking implement their bullshit with the statistics. You know, especially with that phone shit. You know, 90 to, I think it's like 85%, 90% of the fucking people, I think, one person said, one report said that the average person scrolls through 300 feet of fucking, they scroll. It's called the zombie scroll, it's called zombie scrolling. They scroll through 300 feet of fucking, whatever, fucking TikTok, fucking Facebook, whatever you scroll, like they throw, and that's taller than the Statue of Liberty, and that's just fucking scrolling. That's not the videos and all that shit. So, you know, when you put all that shit into fucking, and then as a targeted individual, when you think about it, when you think about how they fucking induce this shit on us, and then when we try and explain it to people, obviously they're not gonna believe us, and it's gonna be hard for them to believe us. And then, you know, they're gonna think about themselves. Look, I'm on my phone right now. You know, people are on their phones, like, literally, right? Fucking like, fuck, man. Like, as soon as you get done telling this motherfucker that people are harassing you, looking at, you know, they keep looking at their phone and they're harassing you, you're gonna look at your phone. You're gonna be in your phone. You know, you're not even gonna take it into consideration how long you're on your phone all day. Like, you're not even gonna, because they have us so brain fucked into this fucking, you know, they have us brain fucked, man. The psychology, man. The psychology is a motherfucking, man, because, you know, shit just slips by our subconscious on a daily. You know, the shit that they do to us, we don't even realize that we do it. You know, we do it ourselves naturally. because of the addiction of the fucking shit they thought. Like, they're using the fucking devices and all that shit against us. And we see it, but as far as the human race, not too many of us see it. They think this shit is all good and shit. They tell you they're gonna squirt nanotechnology all in your body and put nanotechnology all in your food and put nanotechnology all in your clothes, and we fucking accept that shit. You know, to where they fucking start strong arming us and squirting that shit in us and fucking, you know, now we're fucking walking, talking robots, and they can just walk up to us but behind us with a fucking phone and you know, fucking download our fucking, you know, everything about us and shit. Fucking bounce off satellites, and now they know everything, our heart rate, our fucking blood temperature, all that shit. They know when we're gonna take a shit. They can make us piss. They can make us shit. You know, we could be at a fucking interview and they, you know, they want to play games. They make you fart all over your fucking self. Like, these are the fucking games, and this is the technology that we're up against. Because nobody wants to fucking say anything. Everybody wants to keep their fucking mouth shut. You know, nobody wants to fucking go up against the big bully. You know, that's the thing. We can't be afraid of these motherfuckers, man. We can't be afraid of them. We can't be stupid, but we can't be afraid of them, man. And they are creepy people. They are very cringe-worthy, but at the very same time, we can't be afraid of them. God says, fear no man. Fear no woman. Fear no man, fear no woman. Fear no beast. Fear no entity. And then, you know, some people just want to be safe. You know, some people don't. You know, I can't knock her for that. I can't knock, excuse me, that's legitimate. I can't knock anybody who doesn't want to get their families. Excuse me, it's legitimate. I can't knock anybody who doesn't want to get their family involved. Like, it's a, you know, it's a love-hate type of thing. Like, you can't really knock anybody for not, you know, saying anything. For those who want to keep their family safe. Because those movies that, you know, believe it or not, those movies are also used as a scare tactic. Enemy of the state and shit like that. You know, those movies are more so to keep the general public in check. You know, because most of us know shit. We hear stories about fucking, you know, people writing movies, stepping over the boundaries of the government, like, you know, whistleblowers fucking ending up dead. Motherfuckers, you know, even with the martial law, Gray State, the dude that wrote that movie or made that movie, you know, all of a sudden he makes that movie and he fucking kills his family and then kills himself, suicide or murder suicide. That type of shit. Like, if you're, you know, you don't have to be a complete wizard at the brain to fucking know something. Something is definitely up with that. So, saying all that to say, people know what's up. People don't want to end up victims and shit, so they don't want their families to be victims. They get the goofball. See him doing that hate. See him doing that fucking bullshit gang stalking? And he got the, well, I don't want to say that. He got the drop top haircut. No shot at nobody. But that's the type of guys, those are the type of fucking, those are the type of perps that when they go into 7-Eleven and shit, and they got the, you know, they got the hair growing on the sides, but not at the top and shit. Not that I seek and destroy like that shit, but when they fucking be perping and shit, and I happen to catch that shit, you know, instead of getting mad and shit, you just reverse it on them and tell them, nice haircut, man. Where you get your haircut, man? Who's your barber? Can I get your barber's phone number? Or if they have like really fucking long hair, you know, the rock and roll type of dude. When his back is turned to me and he's perping me and shit, I'll say Brenda, Barbara, Tracy, any type of girl's name. Wait for him to turn around and be like, oh, fucking name, man. I thought you were fucking Barbara. Damn, you look just like this girl I know. Oh, they get pissed off. Oh, they get pissed off. Oh, they do not like that shit. Especially if they're with their girlfriends or with their chicks and shit. Oh, man, that's the worst thing you can do. Like, if you really want to piss them off. Like, because in the beginning, like, I used to really try and get them to fight me and shit. Like, because I knew they were trying to entrap me and fucking, you know, I knew they were fucking trying to entrap me and get me to fucking, you know, get myself in trouble and shit. So I was like, fuck that shit. They're human just like me. Like, you gotta fucking think, man. As invincible as these people try and make themselves seem, they are not. They are, like, some of them are trained very well. Don't get me wrong. Some of them will fucking, they'll stone face and, you know, they'll act, the shit won't get to them. Or they'll be at least good enough actors to make you think that the shit is not getting to them. But there are some that are, you know, they're humans, and these aren't professionals, man. These are just fucking goofballs with getting fucking gift cards and fucking, you know, little trinkets and shit. Like, these ain't no fucking body who's been like on some heavy psychological fucking training and shit. So when you say certain things, you can trigger these motherfuckers as well. And you just look for the low self-esteem. Like, everybody, whether, you know, you might have a scar on the side of your cheek, just a small scar that I won't notice. I don't even nobody fucking notices it, but you know you have it. You know, psychologically, you know, you can have very high self-esteem, but that little scar is gonna fucking, you know, that scar is gonna bother you. And, you know, those are the types of things, like, even with the hair, even the, you know, certain things that people, you know, when you start losing your hair and shit, of course, you're going to think about that shit for a while until, you know, you can fucking cut it all off, or you can fucking not even trip, like, fuck it, and sport it, like, not even give a fuck. Or you can just fucking sport it and do give a fuck, and you know, you're having, but everybody, whatever fucking recedes or all that shit, like, we're humans, so we're gonna fucking think about that shit. We're getting older, and we're gonna have that in our heads, so when somebody fucking mentions that, you know, you could have forgot about it long ago, but, you know, mentioning that is gonna be like a trigger. Just like how they trigger us, we can fucking trigger them. And it's, you know, all you gotta do is scope them out. All you gotta do is scope them out. Like, we used to do it in, like, YA and shit. Like, we used to do it to the counselors and shit in YA and shit. Like, you just fucking, you know, because they go in there talking shit. Like, the counselor, like, in youth, like, they fucking, it's worse than jail or fucking, like, prison. Because it's all fucked up. Like, I think they shut those down. They might still have them, but I know the one I was at, like, they shut that down because, like, the counselors were fucking breaking the kids' arms and shit. They were fucking literally fucking slamming kids and fucking, you know, kids were getting fucked up in that motherfucker. Like, if you look up Preston Youth Authority and shit, it looks like a castle. Like, I think it's spirits in that motherfucker because all the counselors that fucking worked at that place, oh man, they were fucking, I'm talking men, women, they were like, they had like some issues, man, because they were fucking kids up. The kids were getting fucked up. We get in fights with each other and shit, and they just fucking, like, they rush you like football players. Like, this, they don't break up the fight. Like, they rush you. Like, they run and jump through the air. Like, it's like these, and they don't wear like police suits and shit. They wear regular fucking clothes. They just fucking with their counselors and shit. Like, they call them counselors. Like, but you know, it's pretty bad, and it's pretty bad in YA. It's pretty bad. Like, you know, shit. Oh man, I'm just as fuck, man. I'm fucking glad that fucking. I'm glad that I'm alive, man. I'm glad that we're all fucking alive. And we're dealing with this shit. This is just another fucking, even though it's a stumbling block, it's a stumbling block we're able to deal with. We've managed to fucking, you know, and just hope none of us fucking die out there no more, at least for a long time, man. Hope no more of us have to fucking feel like we have to protect our sanity and go out there and kill these motherfuckers. Kill ourselves in the process and shit. Cause it's fucked up, man. Especially for the targeted individuals that survive this bullshit. You know, they have to fucking be in jail knowing that, you know, there are other targeted individuals out there that they, you know, they actually know. And this is for me included. Like, you know, I haven't met any targeted individual that's actually, you know, went out there and fucking, you know, felt they had to do that. But, you know, it's fucked up to know that, you know, people are going to, and it's like, like, you're fucking completely fucking, you know, you went out of your character. You know that wasn't you. You know you're not a murderer. You know they yanked you up out of that fucking shit that they created. And to have to fucking do time all by yourself and shit. Like, doing time by yourself already off top, not being a target is like, fuck, man. You know, you gotta eat that bullshit food. You gotta people cooking their fucking, you know, their commissary in front of you, smelling that shit. Your fucking stomach's fucking doing jumping jacks and shit because, you know, you're basically, you're fucking, you know, you're dependent on the fucking system's fucking bullshit. So, you know, and not just that. as far as the letters, the communication, all that. Like, if you ain't got none of that shit, if you don't got none of that shit, man, Lord have mercy, man. Now, being a target as well, like, you don't know what the fuck. Like, they're probably holding back on portions, spitting in your shit, probably not letting you out the fucking shower, you know, fucking not getting your fucking, you know, government fucking dictated yard time. Stuck in a cell fucking all damn day. Turning yellow and shit. Fucking used to be black as fuck. Now you're turning all fucking yellow and shit because you don't get no fucking sunlight and shit. It's oh man, it's a hell, it's a bitch in that motherfucker already, man. So I feel sorry, or it's fucked up for a target, especially one that has to commit a crime like such as that, and you know that pretty much that they're gonna lose in trial. Like, I swear, like, if I had the means and the travel and all that shit, I would definitely go. If I would have to know for sure that the guy was a target, but everybody said he was a target. He was on, he was on, he was communicating before it happened. Like, he was, he was on these channels and shit. Like, he was telling his story, presenting his situation. So, for the dude who went and murdered his neighbors and shit, like, I wish I was in that city, man. Cause I know what that dude's going through, man. Literally, like, well, I don't know what he's going through, but I know a minor. I know very little piece of what he's going through. And ain't no telling what's on his mind right now. A lot of shit gonna be coming up on the news. I can't say it enough. I know a lot of these one headlights, I see more than, I guarantee, like, no bullshit, at least over 151 headlight vehicles a day. And that's just what I'm seeing. Like, that's not the ones that are driving past trying to get my attention, but I, somehow overlook them and all that shit. Like, I literally see at least 150 a day. Like, that's no exaggeration. Especially in the night when I'm, driving all around recycling and shit. When I'm parked, especially on the one way and shit, or on a one way, and it's vehicles that, like, there's a cross street where you can see them coming off the freeway and shit. They definitely hit me off the freeway with one headlights if I'm ever parked in like that direction. They try and give you the impression that and they are coming from everywhere, but that's that psychological bullshit too. They want you to think that, it's really the groups, I think it's like teams and shit. The teams that they surround us with and send at us and shit, it's probably like 50 people to a team. I would say. And they just rotate them and shit and keep them on you all throughout the day and shit. And you know, it's like that. I can't say it enough. It's like that dirty kid on Charlie Brown with the dust and shit flying all around him. I think he's carrying a blanket and sucking his thumb. It might not be that dude. It's either the dude carrying a blanket and sucking his thumb. I think that's different. But this dude has dust and shit flying around him. And that's what these fucking perps are, man. They're the fucking dust. And they keep us surrounded in them. So no matter... So if I walk up, they're going to be following me. But, you know, they're going to be in their little designated spots. But they're all surrounding me and shit. And whenever somebody goes like this, they'll beep the horn. And then one of them come out of nowhere. They'll beep the horn twice. One of them will come out of nowhere. They'll beep the horn once, and that means something. They'll turn on the car alarm, and that look. He's trying to figure out where that horn came from. I'm telling you, God. That means something for them horns and shit. The horn, that's it. They're signals. They're all fucking signals. I just noticed he went back to where he came from. They probably told him that wasn't them. That wasn't us. That was him back there. You know, the horn, you beep the horn twice, that's something. Look, here we go with this cat. You know, you beep the horn twice, that means something. You beep the horn once, that means something. You let your alarm, they let their alarm off. You know, they let their alarm off briefly. If it's a car alarm, if it's the horn one, they let that shit go off for a while. But if it's the wheel shit, that shit, they'll do that shit briefly. They'll turn it on and turn it off. It's crazy. It's crazy how it's crazy how being out here and analyze, it's like the 11 years or whatever, however many years, whatever. It's like, you know, not even just analyzing, especially since I'm out here and shit. Like, I just fucking, they're all around me and I see them all the fucking time, and I'm like, it's crazy, like, how you accumulate knowledge about these motherfuckers and you don't even know that they're fucking, like, you don't even know that you're literally learning, like, you're watching them every day and you're learning certain shit, like, you're like, sometimes I don't even know how I fucking, well, I know because I pay attention to shit, but you know how I was able to fucking break the fucking horn and the alarm shit and all that shit, because, you know, it's just like regular fucking shit. Like, it's regular fucking shit, but every time they do it, it's like there's a reaction to it. Like, there's you know, the perps are reacting to that shit, and they don't do it like, how would you say, suave? I guess you would say slick, suave. They're really sloppy and messy with their shit. Like, it's better, they're really telling on themselves and shit. they have an urgency to be blatant. They have an urgency to hurt you, an urgency to fucking make you feel some type of way. Like the real definition of an energy vampire. And it's like the best thing you can do when these fuckers are trying to piss you off. It doesn't always work this way, but as long as you can retreat that shit with, or respond to that shit with some type of fucking decency, some pleasantry, smile at them while you fucking, rebuttaling their shit. That's a form of fucking, that's a form, well, for me, that was a form of fucking being able to fucking cope with the shit. It pisses them off that they can't make you mad. Like, you might have to endure a little bit more harassment as far as the vandalism shit goes. Because once they figure out that they can't fucking piss you off, like, and get you mad, fucking, like, they get real vindictive. And they start going for shit that they know you'll get mad about. It's almost like we'll say loan shark that loans the person money, and instead of fucking handing the consequences out to the dude who fucking owes him the money, he fucking gets his mom or somebody and, he breaks her fucking hand in front of him and shit. Like that type of shit. They get vindictive like that. Really evil people, man. But you gotta think, it's people out here that will kill their mothers. They'll kill up their whole family. They'll sacrifice their whole fucking families for fortune and fame. And even though these motherfuckers ain't making that much, it's still more than they ever had and probably could ever get on their own. Without the ushering of something like this. No hustle. Anything work is too much for them. This doesn't consist of anything except walking around or fucking driving around and following people and shit. You don't really need no skills to fucking hurl out fucking derogatory slurs or talk shit about a person. That don't take no skill at all. Not really a lot of fucking work either. Especially if you like driving. If you like driving, then shit. You like sightseeing and shit, looking around the city, getting, this is a real fucking, this is a decent job for a scumbag. I know if I was a scumbag, I could do this shit all day. Fuck being a perp, make me a handler. I'll do this shit all day. I ain't no fucking scumbag. That's a scumbag right there. You got what you got coming. Like, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Really bad to these people. Really bad. In due time. my bad, y'all. I'm kind of venting and shit. We're kind of skipping your comments and shit. Let me get to y'all comments. Motherfuckers kind of got me in the zone and shit. Yeah, I'm tired of these motherfuckers, I swear. Alright, they locked me off a certain part of the comment, so I'm starting to add. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm not that far off then. Technology will be used to definitely. Okay, I think, yeah, I did. What? So, okay, yeah. Your camera has been sideways for days. That be sorted out. I'm getting neck ache. Oh. I can't. I don't think I can. Well, can I? I think if that's cool. Yeah, that looks a little better, I think. I thought you meant the bubble, the bubble eye thing. Good day. Hey, good day, Tanya. Did you see the Tesla robot? It jumps up and down and looks human, creepy as hell. Nah, I didn't see that. Nah, I seen a different one though. I seen a robot fucking slap this. It was a big ass robot too. It was like a real fucking transformer. You know what? I gotta put the link up there. But the dude was showing off in front of his kid and shit. Well, I guess he wasn't showing off. I guess he was just trying to, entertain his kid. And there was a robot, and the robot was doing all this crazy stuff. The guy had it remote controlled and shit, and the dude hit the robot. The dude hit the robot on his leg, and the robot tried to grabbed the dude's hat. Like, I guess the dude remote controlled the robot to grab the dude's hat off his head and shit. And the robot I think it hurt the I think when the robot squeezed to take the hat off, it might have pulled some fucking hair, or it hurt the dude on his head, like it probably squeezed his head. I don't know for sure. All I could do is all I could do is see the dude. He fucking, the look on his face, and he went up to his tippy toes. But it wasn't because he didn't go up to his tippy toes, because the robot had a grip on his skull, like it probably had like pinched a piece of hair or something under the hat. Cause it got it like it like when it when it finally lifted his arm all the way, like it had the hat, like the hat was off the dude's head, like it was holding the hat in the air. But the excuse me, that's legitimate. But the dude started beating up the robot. He started, he didn't beat up the robot, of course, but he started beating on he was pissed off. He started beating on the leg of the robot and shit. Like, he was hella pissed. Security guards had to come. Yeah, security guards had to come pull him off of the leg of the fucking robot and shit. Like, it was like It was like, I don't know, it was some type of robot festival or some shit where they. That shit was crazy. They, they also got this one video out where the dudes are, it's like a couple dudes, and they're fucking beating up this robot. It's like an AI robot. And the robot, like, they're beating up the robot won't go down. And when it does go down, that motherfucker gets right back up. Like they're fucking, but it's hard to get it down. They're shooting it. The robot, they got the robot with a gun, and they put a blind, they put a fucking bag over a couple mannequins' heads, and then there's one real dude, and there's a mannequin, and they're dressed the same. They put a fucking bag over each of their fucking heads, and the robot fucking, they spin the robot around. They fucking put a whole fucking blindfold on the fucking robot's face and shit, and it fucking, the robot, has to choose between the mannequin or the fucking real person, and it's shooting the mannequin all the fucking time. Like, they got some, man, all these fucking survivalists and shit. Like, I'm all for survivalism and shit, but you guys better update your fucking books and shit. You ain't dealing with no humans. You better start updating your fucking shit. The food, how to build fires and all that shit. But all that target practice and shit, you better update your gun stash. All those fucking guns that take bullets, those are prehistoric, my friend. Those you might as well those are book holders. Those are, what do you call those? Book holders. Yeah, those are paperweights. Book holders and paperweights. Ain't no gun gonna kill no robot. Especially the robots they send. Like, they're sending fucking. They're sending shit that you can't even. They send a fucking bunch of fucking beetles and shit at you that fucking inject you with fucking poison and shit, like robotic beetles and shit flying at. Like, it's gonna be some shit out here. Like, everything is gonna be duplicated. Anything natural on the planet will be duplicated. Bugs, humans, trees are gonna have fucking cameras and shit embedded all in them. Cell towers looking like trees. They already got those. Cell towers looking like they already got those. Crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be real bad. Real bad. It's gonna be like that movie Time. Eventually, it's gonna get to the point to where people get that chip in them. Especially that one that Elon Musk, excuse me, that's legitimate. That Elon Musk is pushing, that chip that Elon Musk is pushing in the back of their fucking head. And it's gonna, that movie, was it Justin Bieber? No, Justin Timberlake. It was a movie Justin Timberlake was in called Time, I believe it was Time. And fucking, people got paid, like, your lifespan all depends on how much time you had left, and everything you did, you had to spend time. Like, if you bought groceries, you had to shed some of your time. Like, you had to pay for your groceries off the time of your life. So off the time of your lifespan, you you know, you put your fucking hand to the scanner and it wipes time off. Like however much your fucking food comes up to, it takes time off. You get paid in time. Like you you get paid in time and shit. Like you work all day and they pay you in time. You put your hand to the scanner and they give you time. Like this is the crazy shit that's going on right now underneath our fucking, you know, it's right here in our face. Right here in our face. You know, whether that was a subliminal to fucking show us that they're gonna do that shit with the money situation, that they're gonna pay us like that, we'll get paid, you know, through the scanner into our hand or to wherever the chip is, the money will go onto the chip and shit. That's why I don't mind being fucking in the situation I'm in now, because I know you know, I'm fucking already jump started for fucking not taking that shit. You know, pretty soon cash is gonna be obsolete. Like, you know, the dollar bill is gonna be an antique. Like you could have that shit for a collector's item, but you know, anything paper, coin, all that shit is gonna be gone to hell. And then the credit cards and all that shit are gonna go. All that shit. They're already getting rid of the banking system with all these fucking internet banks, Varo, Chime, PayPal, Cash App, like the card game. Now people got credit cards that can never ever fucking have credit cards, like, and they're fucking, you know, they're building their own fucking shit, like on some easy shit, like, you know, the banking system's gonna be out of here. They're already ripping people off already, anyways, as far as interest and all that shit goes. They ain't gonna be here too much longer. As dirty as they are too, like people are starting to realize how dirty they are. Like they're gonna fucking go out of business quick. It's gonna be one world bank, and it's gonna feed all the fucking people. Watch, that's gonna be one world bank. It's gonna be like a fucking JP Morgan or some shit. A one world bank that's gonna distribute all shit to the cards. Eventually the cards are gonna be done with, and it's gonna be one world bank that's gonna be digitally fucking enhancing the fucking human body with fucking numbers and pay stubs and not me. I will have to stop. I don't know if that. I guess it would have to happen though if I wouldn't do it, but you know, if I was to continue to recycle and shit, like I wouldn't be able to get paid in nothing but fucking numbers. So in a way, I'm not really getting away from anything, other than the fact that I know how to survive. Like I can survive. Like I can, you know, for the most part. Like, but as far as like, yeah, with anything like store, all that shit, like vans, driving, and all that shit would be out the window. Like I would have to go completely underground and shit. Like, well, I guess anybody who doesn't take the chip would have to go underground and just be like the heathens and shit. Come up and you're either gonna rob people, you're gonna steal that shit, or you're fucking gonna turn into a hunter. You're gonna hunt your food. It just depends on the person, the survival tactics you have, the skills you use. But that time is coming soon, though. We ain't too far away from that time. these are what we're doing right now, like driving and all that shit. These are real limited luxuries and shit. I think that's why they're building these apartments and shit the way they're building them and shit. Like there's no more all the new apartments. You know they start off really high and then the first window is probably like 3 stories up. You know, so if a motherfucker thinks about jumping, you know, you gotta think twice about jumping. You know, it's gonna have to be a real tough decision. You're gonna, and then the odds of you actually recovering from that jump and getting away from any type of fucking soldier or guard they got around that motherfucker, you know, it's gonna be like almost none. And they're building these apartments like this for a reason. Strategically. And I noticed these buildings got the same fucking screw-on connections that the prisons and jails have on them. Because if a war was to break out of here, you know, the COs and you know, they don't give a fuck who you are. If you're in jail at that time, whether you're a minimum criminal well, they might let you go, but you know that's on some luck shit. If you're minimum, like you have to be real lucky, and they have to be real considerate to let you fucking go. But they're, you know, it's even written down like that. If a war breaks out, they can gas us and kill us. Like they can literally kill you. If a natural disaster happens to where they have to leave, you know, they can't let us go. You know, they'll leave us in there and we'll fucking die. So saying all that to say they have those same screw on things. They gas us though if you know if a war is to, because they wouldn't want us to go side with the enemies and shit. They wouldn't want us to side with the opposite of the war. You have a lot of activists and shit like that in prison. So that what they'll do is they'll gas everybody in prison, and we'll fucking die like that. They'll screw on a fucking thing to the side, that thing on the side of the building, and that shit'll go into all our vents. All our vents are connected. Every building, all vents are connected to that one fucking that one pipe, and they'll just screw on the fucking, you know, they screw on the it's like a fire hydrant thing. They screw that shit on and pump the gas through that motherfucker. And all these new buildings and shit have that. I noticed that. Like, that's the first thing I noticed about all these orange apartments and shit with the stores and shit being built. I mean, the average person is gonna think it's like some type of fucking exhaust or some shit for like laundry or some shit like that, but they look exactly like that shit. They're trapping people. It's not funny, man, but like people don't even see it, man. They're making them look real beautiful, luxury-like, putting all these fucking Applebee's, Baskin Robbins, and jewelry stores and shit all up under them and shit to, you know, raise the roof up on them motherfuckers and push them up a little bit higher and shit. Get them off of ground level. I know it sounds like I'm fucking being a conspiracy theorist, but I see it, man. I see it, man. Martial law, too. These are the perfect buildings for martial law. Ain't nobody finna be fucking just walking around like that. They already got the bottom floor with the, you know, on some of them they got it's the whole fucking building. The new ones, the whole fucking building on the bottom, but there's somebody at a front desk. The buildings are still high, because there's like a big ass parking garage under them. They're over a parking garage that's pretty high up. It pushes them high up, so they're not gonna be able to jump. And right as soon as it's one way in and one way out, unless you go through the garage. And I'm not sure how that's legitimate. I'm not sure how the inside structure of it is, so I'm not sure if there's like a side door to where you can get to the garage, or you have to actually go to the front to go get to the garage. But the garage is an easy place. Like you can guard that shit. It's not hard to guard. Like, there's a single door that you have to go through to get to that garage, and that can be guarded. Like, the floors are gonna be guarded if that happens. So, it's just saying all that to say it's gonna be no getting away. And all these buildings, all these new buildings, you can say you're getting with the times if you want. You could say, oh, it's just the future. It's the future of apartment complexes. But, nah, man. I wouldn't want to be lit. That's stuffy as fuck anyways. And those are the type of apartments that, all it takes is one negligent motherfucker to be up in there and get something on fire and shit, and the whole fucking floor start blazing, and then, the people upstairs fucking have to make a decision. Like, they're either gonna fucking jump or they're gonna burn. Like, all it takes is one motherfucker, and it's about 1,000 motherfuckers living in that shit. I'm not gonna take that chance. But they make them look real pretty on the inside, though. They make you want to come. They really fucking attract your attention. If you don't think like that, if you're not quote unquote a conspiracy theorist, if you don't think like that, then of course, it's a beautiful place. Moving on up like George Jefferson, but I'd rather just fucking be a normal person. Have a separate, live in an apartment complex, but at least have my unit separated from this shit. If I have to worry about negligence, let me have to worry about the motherfucker upstairs, or let me have to worry about the motherfucker downstairs, depending on where I'm at. But I'm not finna be dependent on a bunch of different motherfuckers' responsibility and shit. Just think, you got one motherfucker that moves into the apartment complex that has roaches. One motherfucker. That whole apartment is gonna be, man, it's gonna be a roach fucking festival in there. Babies fucking, it's gonna be houses. People gonna be having things, they're gonna be smelling through the vents and shit. Roach is gonna be vent hopping like a motherfucker all through that motherfucker until the whole fucking building is infested. Now everybody got fucking roaches. It's a roach festival. Like, them type of apartments just ain't the type of apartments you want to live in. Because you could be a clean motherfucker, and roaches will still find their way in your fucking cabinet. Like, it's... all it takes is, a motherfucker walking into your house with a fucking jacket on that has fucking roaches in the pocket. Or man, I've been to some places where roaches, man, some places so infested to where roaches are all on the door, on the outside, crawling on the fucking door, like hella baby roaches, big roaches, just scrambling over each other, just really fucking nasty, man. You know, and this is on the outside of the fucking house on the door, not on the inside of the house. This is on the outside of the door. White roaches, albino roaches, and man, that's an infested fucking. I've seen them. I've seen them. You walk into somebody's house, and that smell fucking hits you. It's a fucking smell that, like, you automatically know if somebody has roaches just off the smell. Because they have a smell it's real distinct smell. Nice. I used to fucking live with those motherfuckers, man. So I know exactly what those motherfuckers smell like. It's a smell to where, like, if you fucking lived around that shit before, you know, when you lived around it, it became normal. But when you got away from that shit and you experienced, like, shit, like, when you're not, you know, you haven't been around that shit in a long time, and then you walk into somebody's house and you smell that shit, like, you automatically want to throw up, like, because it triggers you, and you literally remember that shit. Or for me, it does. It triggers me. It's like gin. Like, I don't drink like that, but like if I do drink, it's like once in a while, like maybe on my birthday or some shit like that. But like I can't drink nothing like vodka, gin, or nothing like that. Like if I smell gin, like I'll automatically feel like I have to throw up because it triggers me to like back like when I was a kid and shit. I drunk hella that shit, and I earled and I fucking, you know, I felt like I was gonna die. Like I was throwing up shit that I was literally throwing up air out my body. Like I was gasping like fucking, my stomach was doing spat. Like I was, like I threw my fucking face in the toilet. I threw my face in the toilet, and I just, man, all I remember is I couldn't wait till that shit was over with. Like, literally, I could not wait. Like, I was just fucking gasping and shit, like, fucking convulsing and trying to throw shit up that wasn't even there. Like, it was really fucking bad. Anyways, ever since that point, every time I crossed the fucking, I don't care if it was a pine tree, a fucking Christmas tree, fucking, like, I walk by pine trees, I throw up. Like, I literally fucking smell pine trees and fucking throw up. Like, anything, because anything that related to, like, fucking gin, like, smell like that shit, fucking I throw up. And pine trees did it for me. Pine trees did that shit. It was that Seagram's gin too. It was, you know, we was kids and shit. Like when we used to run away and shit. We used to run away from the group homes and shit and go steal bottles of liquor from like fucking. Back then they had a store called Albertsons and shit. We were kids though. We were like 16, 15 and shit. And going into Albertsons and taking liquor and shit. And then go rent a motel and then we drink. Fucking crazy shit, man. Anyway, son, all that to say. Yeah. It's like a trigger, man. That shit, I can't be around that shit. Yeah, man, those people, they don't know what they're getting themselves into moving into those apartments and shit. And they're rushing they're rushing the homeless in them. Like those are the, given it is a good, I'm not saying like homeless people shouldn't have a place to stay, but they're making sure that they put the homeless people in those type of apartments and shit. for like free housing and shit. And all of them happen to, they all go to the same one. Which I guess that's the way it should be. I shouldn't say that's the way it should be, but I just hope everybody, man, makes another year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. However long it takes, one day at a time, don't. However long it takes. Just get through this shit, man. Without fucking doing something to them. I would sure hate to hear about one of us doing something to one of these people. Like, eventually it's gonna come. Eventually it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna flip out. And unfortunately, people are gonna have to die in that situation. But hopefully it's none of us. And hopefully whoever it is, man. It might sound kind of evil to say this, but I don't care. If a targeted individual does do something to any of these motherfuckers, hopefully it's a lot of them. Like, hopefully it's, a mass type of thing on the right people. On the right people, of course, not innocent people. All these Prius fucking Tesla driving piece of shit fucking. Look at this dumbass detail right here. In the Tesla. All in black. Looking like a spaceship. Look at those headlights. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you have those scooters, if you have those fucking scooters in your city, those birds, they call them. I think those things communicate with those Teslas. I notice a lot of places I go, people take those fucking scooters, and where I park, I don't know if they got GPS on them, which I'm pretty sure they do have GPS on them. Well, I don't know what those Teslas and those birds got going on, but those Teslas communicate with those scooters. I don't know what they're doing as far as like on some type of tracking to let you know where they are, or if they're actually shooting like some frequencies through the scooters and shit. But I notice every time I park somewhere, there's a scooter around. So, but then there's, I still don't, I don't want to get too deep into that because I don't know about it. But once I figure that shit out, Did you see the okay. No. Yep. Even your is connected to smart meters and all that shit. Yeah, man. You know it's gonna fuck, man. Yeah. All the devices, everything smart, man. Man, them being able to listen to you and you know, I could be talking about something, even on lives. Like I'll be talking to you guys about something, about even like spy devices. Like I talked about fucking not spy devices, but you know, body cameras. Like I'm speaking about body cameras on a live, and now all of a sudden I'm getting body camera advertisements all over the place and shit. Like, you know, and that's just through the phone. Like, and if you know, it's just really fucked up. Like, you know, it's a surveillance state, and it's really fucked up because we've fucking entrapped ourselves in this shit. We made it okay for them to do it. They figure out a way to make us enjoy them spying on us and shit. And they figured out a way to get us addicted to the shit, so it's a dead bang. It's a dead fucking bang. Like, they've passed out plenty of free fucking Obama phones. They've already got everybody hooked up with free phones and shit. You know, for a motherfucker that ain't got a free phone is gonna be really nice to have. Not knowing that everything you conduct on that phone, all the business you conduct on that phone, you know, just make sure you would want to make sure it's legal. You would want to make sure it's legal, I'll tell you that. Uh, they've already locked into your voice to their fucking, you know, their mega shit, their supercomputer or whatever. Your voice is already in their shit. Voice recognition, facial recognition, because of course you like to take selfies. So they got facial recognition already on you. You know, everything's locking in. You know, people's faces are already on Facebook. You know how China fucking gets down, man? If you look at how China gets down, oh man. Oh man. You know, and the way they fucking get down is they fucking, that their social credit and shit, you guys need to go check that shit out, man. Oh shit. And they trying to really bring that out here, man. It's no fucking joke, man. It's no fucking joke, man. You guys go look up social credit. And for those who don't know, look up social credit in China and see how they getting down with that. You jaywalk, they take some of, like, they can shut down your fucking, they can basically put you on punishment for anything you do. And, you know, fucking shut you down like you fucking, and you know, you ain't getting away with shit because every corner is a fucking camera and it's video, and you're under facial recognition. You spit on the concrete, it catches you. It goes straight to the fucking, this ain't people monitoring you, this is robots monitoring you. It goes straight to the database, holds onto your face, fucking. Oh man, it shows exactly how it works. It shows you that, and it's steady going through people. It's, you know, people are like, you know, China's like rush hour. Like, it's like fucking New York, fucking people just walking all over. There's people everywhere, and this computer is fucking going through thousands and thousands and thousands of faces, not missing one fucking face. Not missing one face. Whatever you do, it's catching you. Oh, it's cold. Ooh, it's a cold thing, man. And they trying to bring that shit out here, man. They pushing for that shit out here, man. Oh man, they can shut down your spending. People fucking look at you a certain way. Like people fucking, I think people are fucking, people, it's really fucked up like out there, man. They go along to get along though. If that's the way you've been fucking, like if you fucking been, man, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it for them. It's fucked up. Yeah. I explain it for them. Can't be too great though.